Hello, I'm Darren. I'm from Movie Reviews 101, and today we're going to talk about Mile 22. Directed by Pete Berg, starring Mark Wahlberg, Lauren Cohen, and Iku Uwais. Sorry, but he's the guy from The Raid. If you know how to pronounce his name, leave a comment below so I don't look like a fool much more. The story here follows an elite American intelligence unit that must transport a person of interest 22 miles to a place so he will give up secrets to missing chemical weapons. But of course, not everybody wants to let them go and do this mission. Well, this is simple enough. It's 16 blocks. Well, kind of. Let's see. We're going to go into the ups. The three most positive things about this movie. First of all is we have to give Iku the praise, because once he's let loose to fight, they are easily the best scenes in the movie, even though certain parts of the movie turn into The Raid. He plays a character called Lenore, which I just couldn't help but find really funny because of the cleaning project Lenore. And yeah, it just made me laugh every time they called him by his full name. But come on, this guy is the real deal. If you want to see a fight sequence in a movie, this is the guy you're going to go and see. The second one is the unit has a good way of working together. We have the ground crew who are putting all their faith into the people above, which is fine. And to see how technology has moved basically war forward is interesting to see. It felt very calculated, even though certain elements are a bit safer than we're used to seeing, shall we say. Quite often we would see people go down a blind alley and that would be enough. And with similar operations, Mission Impossible does make it a lot more entertaining, shall we say. This is a much more strategical, and that's interesting, as I say, because we like to see how our unit operates with something that could have been a lot more routine. The third thing is the fact that it simply doesn't hold back. Like when you see someone get shot in the head will pretty much explode. The bullet wounds are bloody. You will need to be prepared for them if you want to see a soft action movie. This is not for you. Now, on the side note, I would like to point out that there would have been another one on here, but there is too much of a spoiler around this discussion, so I cannot put that on there. It would have easily been at number, well, these aren't ranked, but it would have been in the list. So there's the three ups. Here's the three downs. Well, number one is Mr. Mark Wahlberg and his character. Now, this character is meant to be hyper intelligent, be able to plan ahead, needs puzzles to stay on top, but he is also very violent. And after a while, this does become so. It just felt so weird. He does this thing with a strap on his rubber band on his wrist, which is meant to calm him down, but in the end, it's just annoying, and everything he does is just too long of speeches. Like, he often goes up to someone to question what's going on, and by the end of the movie it's just, so you gave him like 5 minutes. It's like the Romeo and Juliet clause at times, some of this movie. It's not worth the hassle. When we go to the second one, we must look at the fact that it does just blatantly rip on The Raid. Even though this is meant to be about getting a distance, there is a large portion of this movie inside a big building complex, which is lots of floors, lots of doors, lots of fighting, and seamlessly two people against, well, God knows how many soldiers they ended up killing. It's stormtroopers versus Skywalker, shall we say. And the third thing I didn't like was the fact that we got all this side stuff with the Alice character, who is Lauren Cohen's. I understand we're trying to prove that we quite often have like the deadbeat dad soldier. We're trying to have it's wrong to use the word neglectful mother, but the mum whose job isn't going to be keeping her around. This is going to be a bit of a downside, but watching all of the custody battles and her not being allowed to swear on an app is just very, very frustratingly boring. Her character elsewhere was actually very good, very strong, good second in command. But overall, this is a very overcomplicated action movie. It does have a lot of blood. It doesn't hold back on anything. And we do have some great fight sequences. The problem is, we have too many talking moments that just don't put anything together. And sadly, it just, for 90-minute long movie, this kind of dragged at times. I'm only going to give this 2.5 out of 5. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this movie. And until next time, I'm going to leave you and see more movies. Goodbye.